With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. He'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Watson off play action. And that is incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 2nd and 10, Watson gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Watson now to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. They find some open field here. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They give to Chubb out of the gun. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Chubb running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, he's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
After the interception, here's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Quick throw completed by Watson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. from the gun. It's a give to Chubb. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You've got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Partner, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Play action. Now Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. Being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Jackson will throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. But trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First, the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And Chubb will try the middle here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive, 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss there, now 3rd and 14. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Matt Araiza now. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Browns drive about to get started. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Third and long, it's Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Down 2 scores already. I don't think these guys would be too enthralled with the notion of settling for 3 here. Very nice job of execution on 3rd down. Able to keep the drive moving.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. So they'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. They give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. To throw is Watson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A big play there on the catch and run. 89 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Anthony Walker, given that O-line fits, he gets in there to drop him.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing is Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. James Washington, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Watson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
To try again after the sack. Watson under pressure, and they got to him again. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs now leads to a third and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. With it is Jackson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he'll work down inside the 45. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. And this time, Jackson will throw it. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Even for a guy who many believe has become the standard in the league, Myles Garrett's 2021 was special. 16 sacks set a team record and were 3rd in the NFL, and he made first-team All-Pro to the surprise of no one.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Watson now to throw. It's caught. Cooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post, usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips, and then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
From the red zone now, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Jackson now off the bootleg. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. After the interception, here's Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Williams. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a first carry for their fullback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Dobbins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here comes Grant on the return. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensitive. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Ravens, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.